In this lesson, we will learn more about actions and action buttons and how they can be customized. Let's start with this simple form, containing only one field, name. Then we are calling openForm method, saving response, just to console log response action. As you may remember, custom form response contains an action property indicating how the form was closed. Now, let's go to Sabre Web and see how it works. Okay, let's open our form. As you can see, by default, the form renders with two buttons, OK and Cancel. Now I will open and clear console to see action for each of these buttons. Let's start with OK. OK returns OK action. Next, Cancel button. Cancel button returns cancel action. Let's open form once again. And as some of you may know, these two buttons are not the only way to close this form. So let's take a look at each of them. First, we can use cross button in the top right corner. And this button returns cancel action. Next, we can also use escape button. And this as well returns cancel action. And last but not least, we can use Control Enter to submit this form. So let's use it. And this action is associated with OK. Now we know about the default actions and default buttons. Let's see how it can be customized. Now, back to code. To define custom buttons, I will simply add actions property to our custom form. This is a list containing all the custom actions or custom buttons. Each button is just a JavaScript object containing ID. ID is required, and optional label. Let's say I want to have cancel. Back with label ref and OK with label next. Please note that I've used cancel ID and OK ID. Those are required. So when using custom actions, please make sure that you have those specified. Otherwise, this will cause an error during openForm method execution. Let's save now and go to Sabre Web to see how it works. Okay, now let's open our form once again. Two things to note. Buttons are being rendered from left to right. So the first button in actions list becomes the leftmost button in form, in this case, cancel. Secondly, button labels. If label is specified, then this label is being used, like ref and next. Otherwise, each part of the camel case ID is being used as a distinct word in label. Now I will open and clear console to see response actions, starting with cancel, returning cancel action. Next, ref, returning back action. And next button, returning OK action. As you can see, each button returns its ID as an action. Now let's take a look at other options, starting with cross button, returning cancel action. Next, escape button, returning cancel action as well, as indicated by number 2. And Control Enter, returning OK action. As you can see, those combinations are still returning cancel and OK actions. And that's why those are required as IDs when using custom buttons. Last thing to note, custom buttons are not supported by Text API. So if you want to use them, you need to use Structure API.